Hi everyone. Hi Safa, Minta, Jesus, Melissa, and Alyssa. Welcome to Management 758 Service Quality Management. I am your professor, Dr. Vario, and this is the first of our videos for the semester. This video is simply going to walk us through the introduction of the course, and then you will start the course next week with another video of content and subsequent videos to follow throughout the semester. So this video, as I said, is just introducing you to the course overall. And as you can see, I have here my desktop screen and it is set to a student view of Moodle. So this is what you should see when you log into our class on Moodle. And this is what it should look like to you. I'm going to walk you through the very basics of this, nothing too fancy. And I'll be here for questions after you watch the video if you would like to ask them at that point. The first three things I want to point out to you is right here. These are the discussion forums for the class. The first discussion forum you can see is the class news forum. That is where I will post any news we have, maybe if there's any additional information about an assignment, any changes and deadlines, anything along those lines will happen right there on the news forum. The second is the Q&A forum, which is questions for the professor. So if you have any questions at all, I would highly recommend that you post them here. When we look at the syllabus, you will see there are several ways to contact me, and you're welcome to use any of those ways. However, the reason why I suggest using the Q&A forum is if you have a question, it is very likely that one of your classmates has the same question, and it will be helpful for yourself, for the other students, and for me if you post that question right there on that Q&A forum so that everybody else can see what your question is and my answer. And if you have anything that obviously is private or you don't feel comfortable asking in front of everyone, you can contact me any of the other ways. And then the last forum we have here is the virtual cafe, and that is just for you guys as students to use as you will. You can use it to discuss assignments. You can use it to talk about your cats. You can use it to talk about how much you love your professor, whatever you want to talk about. It doesn't matter to me. It's just a way that you guys can discuss whatever you feel like discussing as a class, and it doesn't necessarily have to pertain to the class. The very next thing you see on here is your course syllabus, which is the main thing that we're going to be covering today. And I will open that up right now. You'll see all you have to do is click on it, obviously, and the syllabus will pop up in Microsoft Word. So we are going to go through that letter by letter so that we have covered all the aspects of the class and you know what to expect. So actually, I said letter by letter, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to hit the main points with you, and it is your responsibility to read through all the documents posted, including the syllabus, and make sure you understand everything. But I don't need to read to you. You guys can do that for yourself. So you can see here the course information. Obviously, you're enrolled in the course or you wouldn't be on this Moodle page. All of my contact information here. There is an email that I just received. Lucky you all got to see my email. And again, here's my contact information. If you are on campus, if you're a local student, you can drop by and see me anytime. My office is in D'Armont, which is actually at the moment set up right next to the new module classrooms. My email address, my phone number, etc. There are also two links on here. One link is to book an in-person meeting with me, a 30-minute in-person meeting. So all you have to do is click on that link, select a time, and it will automatically book it for me and for you. Or there's a second link you can do that to schedule a 15-minute phone conversation with me if you'd like to do that as well. Below that are my office hours. And of course by appointment. So the easiest way to book an appointment, as I said, is to go to one of these links, but you can also shoot me an email and we can arrange a time if that doesn't work. So that's the basic information about how to contact me. I also will Skype with you if you prefer that to a phone call. So my Skype information, all you have to do is send me your Skype information and I'll call you once you book a 15-minute appointment. The course description, I think you are all aware of when you signed up for the course, but essentially we are covering the topics that are related to service quality management in the hospitality industry specifically. and this is a very research-intensive course. The objectives as well, I will allow you to read through those, and I just want to hit on, as I said, the main points here. The next main point is the required materials. So the first required material for you is a book, not a textbook, just a standard book. There are 3 books here, and I want you to choose one of those books. So you can see the books are Setting the Table by Danny Meyer, The New Gold Standard by Joseph Michelli, and Be Our Guest by Theodore Kinney. So choose one of those 3 books and read over it, and then you will be completing an assignment related to that book, and that is due in mid-semester. So go ahead and purchase that book. The library actually does have a copy of each one of those, so if you're lucky enough to get that copy, you're welcome to use that. Otherwise, go ahead and purchase a book from Amazon or however you prefer to do that. And begin reading that now because that assignment is due in a couple of weeks. And then the second required material is the Guest Service Gold Certification course. And I can see here. There you go. The word certification was in there twice. So that course you actually register for online. The instructions of how to do that are on the Moodle page as well. And the cost is $47 per student. So that course you will take. It's a very short course, and we'll talk about that in a moment once we get to the assignment requirements. Connected learning, as you all know, is our philosophy of education at LaSalle. So with connected learning, can be done a number of ways, through simulations, through direct working in the industry, which is actually what you guys are going to be doing this semester. But it's a very important part of our philosophy, whether you're an online student or in the classroom. Either way, we'll be doing it. For this class, you'll be online, obviously. Doesn't mean you can't do connected learning, and you'll see how we're going to do that specifically through your audit and your certification this semester. So if you scroll down, here is a list of all the assignments throughout the semester. The first assignment you see here is your service journal. The service journal is worth a total of 28 points throughout the semester. And essentially what you're going to do is every week you're going to upload 2 or more journal entries in one document. So make sure that you aren't doing them in separate documents, because there's only room for one document to upload in this Moodle course. So in one document, you're going to put 2 or more service journal entries. And what those entries are is you're going to essentially record your experiences at any service establishment throughout the week. And if you see here, you should record the date, time, and location or business name of the encounter. And then I want you to talk about what the service was like. So you can talk about how you experienced it as a consumer, and this must be as a consumer, not as an employee of a service establishment. So tell us what your experience was like, what your interactions were like with the employees there, etc. And then after that, I want you to talk about what recommendations you have to make that experience better. However, I want you to keep in mind, you can see here I've highlighted the word systematic. I want these to be systematic recommendations. So for example, if you went to Dunkin' Donuts and ordered a coffee and your order was incorrect, I want to hear about that experience, but what I don't want is a recommendation to say, the person who was taking my order should pay more attention. That's not a systematic recommendation. What I would like to hear is what can be done systematically that can help resolve this issue. So perhaps that employee could have had a better way to input it into their cash register system. Perhaps it was a communication issue. Perhaps there were not enough employees there. And one person was doing everything. Whatever it was, you want to capture what the issue is and how it can be resolved. So if there's not enough employees, maybe there needs to be a policy created about how many employees need to be on a specific day of the week or a specific hour of the day type of thing. So think holistically. And if there are more than one branch, for example, if it's a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks, you can also think about the entire corporation and what they can do systematically to improve these things as well. And then the last thing I want you to do is answer 2 questions. um, for each entry. So the first question is, on a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend this business to a friend or a colleague? And the second question is, what is the primary reason for your score? The reason why I want you to answer those two questions is because you will see in Module 1, we are going to talk about NPS, which is the Net Promoter Score. Okay, the reason why I want you to answer those two questions is because we're going to talk in Module 2 about the Net Promoter Score. And you will see when we get to that part of the discussion that those are the two questions that actually help create the Net Promoter Score. So I want you to get used to that system right away. And I want you to answer those questions at the end of each journal entry. Journal entries are due every Sunday night by 11:55 p.m. in whatever time zone you're in. So that means the first two journal entries for you are due on the 22nd. And that will continue to be that way every week, every Sunday evening. The second assignment you will see here is the discussion forum. Total points for the semester, there are 35 points for the discussion forum. And each week you will see there is an opening for a discussion forum. Once you click on that, you will see bullet points from me that give you topics that I want you to discuss. So each week you will hop on there. You'll see, for example, the first week I think there are 3 bullet points. You will hit each of those 3 bullet points in your discussion, and that will be posted. The first of those, as you can scroll down here and see, the first is due every Wednesday at 11:55 p.m. After you do that, I want you to comment on at least 2 of your classmates' posts as well. And you can see here I've given you a description of best practices, what to expect when you're posting your discussion forums and when you're responding to your classmates. So there should be at least 2 responses for you on each on your classmates' discussions. And you can see here, for example, I suggest that whenever you're responding to one of your classmates, you show respect, you use their name, etc. But I also talk about things that are more specific, like reflecting on the material that's assigned. I don't want you going off on tangents. You can refer to your experiences. I actually expect you to, and to use examples, but I want you to use terminology and issues reflected in the reference materials that I've given you for the week. So each week you are going to have a list of reference materials. There are videos, case studies, links to articles, etc. You should read through all of those before you even get on the discussion forum, because your answer should reflect that you know, understand, have read, have watched, etc. each of those reference materials before you write your discussion forum. Once you do that, then you can go ahead and comment on what your classmates have written, and you will be scored a maximum of 5 points per week based on that. So if you scroll down here, etc., you can see the discussion forum grading criteria and how you earn your 5 points. So if you earn 0 points if you didn't contribute at all to the discussion. 1 to 2 points is, if I can say, a minimal effort. Maybe you did the reading, but you didn't really reflect too deeply on it. You didn't take the time to understand it. You aren't connecting the readings from this week with the readings from the previous week. You are not connecting what you're learning with what your classmates and your peers are saying to you, for example. And then if you scroll down here to 5 points, you can see this is a major effort. You're citing facts, insights from the weekly readings and lectures. You're using the actual statistics that are given to you, and you're showing that you have a deep level of understanding for what you're learning, including using vocabulary the correct way, the frameworks within the course. You're citing your classmates' contributions, etc. That's how you get a 5 for the week. So you can look through this again on your own time and see what it takes to get that score of a 5 every week. So again, your original post is due Wednesday evenings at 11:55, and you should have responded to your classmates by Friday evenings at 11:55 p.m. as well, which means your first post is due January 18th. The other weekly assignment, you can scroll down here and see, is your weekly critical analysis paper, which is worth a total of 21 points throughout the semester. This paper there's a link for everything, by the way, should be posted on Moodle. There is a link posted for this each week, and you can upload your paper there. The paper will typically be between around 3 pages each. And just like the discussion forums, I will give you prompts and questions to answer to fulfill this requirement. It will be different every week. And again, it will be based on the resources that I've posted for you on Moodle. The next assignment is the Gold certification, which is worth 15 points. I discussed it earlier. This is one of your required course materials. If you look on Moodle, I'm going to click over to Moodle now. If you look on Moodle, you can see right here underneath the syllabus is the guest service gold registration instructions. So you can just click right on that. I'll bring that up here. And it walks you through how to register. When you do that, you're going to follow the instructions for how to enroll in a group. And you will see on your syllabus, let me pull that back up. Where is that syllabus? Here we go. You will see on your syllabus, here's the key code for you to register for that online course. This is probably going to be the most simple and quick assignment for the majority of you in this class. For those of you who are already working in the hospitality industry, this will be a nice refresher for you. For those of you who are getting your master's degree in hospitality with hope to sort of transfer into the industry, this will be nice for you as well. In both cases, it will be a nice certification for you to add to your resume and your portfolio, but it's not complex by any means. Essentially, you're going to register for this class, which I believe is $47 per student to register. You'll take the class online. It takes between 1 and 2 hours to complete, and then you'll take the exam. The exam is 30 questions, and if you pass the exam, I believe with a 70%, then you will actually get the certification. You'll get a certificate from the company. That's a bonus for you. It does not matter to me. What matters to me is your score on the exam. So the exam, as you can see, is worth 30. There's 30 questions, but the certification is only worth 15 points for your final grade. So I will get all your scores from Guest Service Gold. They'll send them to me, and you will get half credit for whatever your answers are. So there's 30 questions. If you get all 30 right, you'll get 15 points for that portion of the class. That is due on February 5th, right before midnight. So that's nothing you have to upload onto Moodle or anything along those lines. You do it on your own, and those scores are automatically sent to me because when you register, you put in this group code, and all of that group, the information from that group code will come to me. The next assignment is the hospitality book analysis. This is worth 25 points. And I discussed it previously as well. You will choose one of these books here, and then you will prepare a 3 to 5 page analysis on this book that includes the 3 action steps or insights that you found the most intriguing to improve hospitality quality systems based on the book that you read. That is due February 19th, again at 11:55 p.m. So you will just upload that to Moodle as well. The last assignment, and certainly the most complex, the most time-consuming, and most likely the most difficult assignment for probably all of you, is the Service Quality Audit Project. You can see it's worth the most points as well at 76 points out of your final grade of 200. This project you should start on now. It is very time-consuming. It's a fantastic project. It's really going to put you in with great connections in the industry, and it's going to give you a deep level of understanding of service quality and why it's important. That being said, it is time consuming. So if I can give you any piece of advice from any students who have had me before and taken a class with this project or a similar project, they would all say start now, start immediately. And I typically teach full semester long classes, unlike this graduate class, which is running in 8 modules, which is about half the time of a regular semester. So you have a very small window of time to complete this project that takes a lot of time, especially in the forefront of the project. So please begin now. There is a document also in Moodle. I'm going to pull that up again right now. So here's Moodle. Service Quality Audit Project Instructions. And below that is the audit grading rubric. And below that are many resources of information that you can use to help you on this project. I am not going to go over any of that right now, including the audit project as it is listed on your syllabus, because I am creating a separate video for that, which you will soon see below this video on Moodle, that goes over in detail the service quality audit project instructions and the helpful resources for that. So you can play that video separately when you are stuck in this project, and that should be able to answer any and all questions that you have about the audit project. However, as always, if you have questions, please let me know. That's a great place to put your questions in the Q&A because I'm sure that other students will have similar questions on the audit project. Below that, you can see my instructions on assignment expectations. Overall, my expectations are that all of these are written professionally, that your grammar, vocabulary, etc. is checked before submitting. Everything needs to be submitted in Microsoft Word. And don't plagiarize, essentially. So you can read over the full instructions there on the assignment expectations. The other important thing is that everything should be formatted in APA style. If you have questions on any of those things, again, just ask. Academic responsibility, essentially, don't cheat and don't plagiarize. If you don't know what plagiarism is, look it up. But essentially, unless it is your original words and your original thoughts, you need to give credit to where it came from and do it in APA style. But plagiarism is not tolerated. If there is any acts of plagiarism, they will immediately fail the class. And then beneath this, you will see grading expectations. So we just went over all the assignments. Here is all the assignments listed out, how many points they're worth, and the total class points, which is 200, which will make it very easy to calculate your final grade. I have listed here the essential flow for the week. So each of the 8 modules begin on Monday morning, and they conclude on Sunday evening every week. Every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. you will see the next module appear on Moodle for the following week. So you can begin then if you would like to. The weekly assignments, again, are the discussion forum, the journal entries, and the critical analysis paper. And then there are 3 additional assignments due in the semester, which are the certification, the book analysis, and the service quality audit project. Original discussion board topics should be posted every Wednesday, and the responses to those should be posted by Friday. Here I've listed the course schedule, so you can see for the week beginning on each of these dates what topics we will cover and what assignments are due. Those are pretty obvious by looking at the Moodle page in each module as well, but if you prefer to operate by using the syllabus, then this is a good guide for you. If you have any if you have any problems with the class, feel free to reach out to me. We will come up with a game plan if we need to of how to resolve the problem, and then if that doesn't work, we can reach out to the Dean of the Graduate Program, Joan Dollamore. Late work is not accepted for this class, and then at the bottom of the syllabus you see a change statement there. That is simply saying that if I need to, I can make changes for the class. I will always notify you in advance if there are any changes. I'm not going to spring a major project change or grading change on you without any notice. So this is simply there in case we need to change something that's not working in the class. Maybe there is something relevant happening in the industry right now that we want to focus on, for example. We'll make those changes as necessary. This syllabus is your guide. So you can see, let's see, on the very first page, there's one line that I have bolded here that I want you to pay attention to. Do not contact me regarding a question that can be answered by first looking at your syllabus. So I have spent a lot of time and effort making sure that this syllabus is all inclusive of the information that you need. That's not to say don't ask me questions. I am here for questions, but don't ask me questions that are answered in the syllabus first. So this should be your go-to. If you have questions, go to the syllabus. If the answer isn't there, then you can come to me. So Xing out here of the syllabus now. Oops, yep, don't save. Actually, we're just going to go right to the Moodle page. So we're back here to the Moodle page, and again, under the syllabus, I showed you the registration instructions, and then here's the instructions for the Service Quality Audit Project, and below that are all of those resources. Those are going to be covered again in the second video, which will be posted very soon. That covers the Service Quality Audit Project in general. So that should cover the class, the basics of the course and what you can expect throughout the semester. It is a lot of work, but it's a lot of really interesting work. I think you guys will enjoy it. And I think that you're going to come out of this class with a deeper understanding of the importance of quality, specifically service quality, why it matters in our industry, and how it can affect you as a professional. I look forward to working with all of you this semester, and I will see you again in the next video that you're going to click on.